Let's talk about how we receive work in the Armory. It begins with the officer using a smartphone. Using the smartphone, ArmorerLink application allows the officer to use drop-down menus to simply input all the information that's required to create a work order in the Armory. Once that's done, the system gives the officer a date and a time to bring the gun to the Armory. Once the officer arrives at the Armory, our expectation obviously is to have this gun unloaded with no ammunition in the magazines. The armorer, using a barcode reader, will take the officer's gun and read the barcode right on the gun and simply scan this information into the system. Now ArmorerLink knows that the gun has arrived at the Armory. So the next step is to stage the gun. We need to stage the gun by putting this in a box. This way we keep all the components together. We have the gun and the magazine all in one box. The system prints out a label for the box, as you can see here on the thermal printer, and we affix that label to the lid of the box. This label has all the particulars of the job. It's going to have the serial number, the officer's name, what kind of service it requires, and so forth. We then need to put this box on a temporary hold, and we call that staging. We stage that on a shelf in the Armory, waiting for the armorer to work on this particular gun. When the armorer is ready to do the work, he's going to take the job from the shelf, put it on the workbench by using this barcode label or scanning the serial number of the gun again with this barcode reader. The job will come up on the screen and it will tell all the particulars of what this gun needs to have done. The armorer will do the work and then make a decision whether he's going to continue working on the gun at a later time or the job is finished. If the job is finished, he'll mark it completed in the system, and it will send an email directly to the officer indicating the gun is finished, ready for pickup. If the gun is not finished, the job will be restaged and the same process continues the next time he works on it. All right? So once that's done and the job has been marked for completion, all we need to do is just put that box in a shelf, ideally marked completed work, and then it'll be ready for pickup. Now, what about long guns? Well, we follow the same process for long guns, and with the exception is that we have a couple of choices of where we're going to affix this label. We can affix the label directly to the stock of the gun, or we can put a tag and then put the label on this tag. And keep in mind that it's the same process that we use for handguns applies to long guns, so ideally you want to have two racks. One rack for work that's being staged, and then another rack for the work that's completed. That way we avoid confusion. So that's the process of how we actually take work in the Armory. Now, you just turned in your gun for service, so what happens next? You need a gun to continue working, and we handle that through loaner firearms with ArmorerLink. There'll be a set of guns that have been designated in the system as loaner guns. Now, the process for issuing you a loaner gun is very simple. We're going to have a box, guns in boxes marked as loaner. There's a label indicating that directly on top of the box. All the armorer has to do, or the person assigning the gun to you, is to scan this gun out to you. Using the barcode reader again, and the barcode tag. It's scanned, the system automatically receives that, and it knows that this gun has been issued to you. Now, once that's done, we're going to give you the magazines, and you have this gun ready to go to service. Now, you're probably wondering how the system matched your appointment for the Armory. Well, it's very simple. ArmorerLink keeps track of the armor schedule, so armorers input their availability. It can be throughout the year. And then officers, when they're making appointments, ArmorerLink matches the input of the armorers, their schedule, with what you're requesting and tries to find the closest match to your needs. And that's how appointments are calculated by ArmorerLink. Very simple.